Austria is a country which I know well, but I have to admit this week's wine I know nothing about. Will I be amazed? Will I be disappointed? I don't know, but it is coming right up. Hi guys, welcome to another summary edition of bigonwine, the show which, as you probably know by now, brings you news, clues and reviews. Indeed, it tries to keep you up to speed about just about everything that's happening in the world of wine. And my wine of the week for this week is an unusual one. It comes from Austria, a country I know well. My wine of the week is this one here, and it's Hiden Schilcher Klassik Rosé. And the vintage is 2019. And this wine comes in for a price where I am of just over €16 a bottle. Okay, you're probably thinking over €16 a bottle for a rosé. It better be a good one. I agree. Okay, let's give you the backstory to this particular wine. Now, this wine is officially DAC Weststeiermark. So we're talking about Styria, which is south of Austria, or to the east and the southeast of Austria. And this is comes from a place, a small place called Sankt Stephan ob Steins, which is about 30 kilometers or so southwest of Graz. Okay. Now, the wine in question has 12.5% alcohol and is virtually bone dry. It has just 1 gram per litre of residual sugar. All right, now the Weststeiermark or Western Styria is not a wine growing area which has achieved a fantastic international reputation, unlike the area just to the southwest, Südsteiermark, which of course has become particularly famous for its Sauvignon Blanc planted in those wonderful rolling hills just short of the Slovenian border. But here we're talking about Weststeiermark, West Styria, and they only have around about 500 or so hectares of land planted to the vine. So the characteristic of this is an indigenous grape called the Blauer Wildbacher, which is a very, very little known red grape variety, late ripening. It's a relative of the Blaufränkisch, which of course produces a lot of the Austrian red wine. And this grape, the Blauer Wildbacher, is used on its own, so 100%, to produce the Schilcher Rosé. Okay, now this grape, once a wild variety, was given the name Rabiatperle or rabid pearl because of the powerful effect it had on the people who drank it. Have to see what effect this has on me. Right, let's turn our attention to the wine itself and take a look at the wine in the glass. Well, the wine in the glass looks absolutely first class, doesn't it? It has a kind of lovely translucent cherry red color, maybe somewhere between cherry and strawberry. It looks very, very appealing in the glass indeed. Wonderful color. Blauer Wildbacher, of course, is a red grape variety, so this is gently pressed to bring out some of the red color from the skins of the grape. Here we go. Let's try it in the nose and see what we find. Now, in the nose, fresh aroma. What would I say? In the direction of, I think, of a redcurrant, maybe a touch of cherry in the mix here, redcurrant and cherry. Now, this wine has been associated with the aroma of strawberry, but I'm not picking up, or a very, very faint hint of strawberry in the nose. Maybe a touch of raspberry as well, but I think it's the red currant and the cherry, which for me are the predominant features of the nose on this wine. Yes, indeed. A nice fresh aroma coming off it, almost with a touch of herbiness there as well. Very nice. All right, let's try this now in the palate and see how we get on. Here we go. First time for everything. The first time I've tasted a Blauer Wildbacher. Here we go. Now that is an interesting combination. Two impressions immediately of this wine. First, tremendous acidity. So it is in fact very refreshing, very mouth cleaning. Now this was going to be good with certain type of food, but we'll come back to that in a little while. So first of all, very powerful acidity on this wine. Second observation, dry wine, of course, very little sugar in this wine. Red berry flavours, particularly those red currants and the raspberry, I think, are talking. Less of the cherry now in the mouth. Yep, I would say red currant and raspberry in the mouth. Has a very long-lasting, mouth-filling red berry finish on this wine, with pretty much all those red berries present, even a touch of cherry there, even a touch of strawberry at the back, but it's the red currant raspberry which is very much to the fore. Now, this is a wine, I think, which needs to be served at the right temperature. Now, the recommended temperature for the Schilcher is around the 9 or 10 degree mark. Don't let it get too warm. I would say this is around about the 9 degree mark. I would err on the side of coolness, around about 9 degrees. Traditionally in Austria, this is drunk with cold cuts and sausage. Now, the acidity of the wine here complements and balances out the fattiness of the food. So I think this is a wine which can easily be drunk with the kind of salamis and cold meats, which are traditional, of course, in Austria. But I think also this is a wine which could be drunk very much in a relaxed kind of outdoor setting, summery setting with friends, and particularly, I think, with salads, summery salads and pasta dishes. Maybe even also would stretch to something like a nice piece of grilled salmon, so pink-fleshed fish as well. All right, let's bring you the heads up on this wine. This one is unusual. I've never tasted it before. It's a first-time experience for me. If you're looking for something summery and different, here it is. This is Hiden Schilcher Klassik Rosé, vintage 2019. A rosé wine with a story and a real character, acidic and dry, packed with red berry flavours. A little bit on the expensive side maybe, but what an unusual wine to serve to guests who've tried everything else. My verdict, 3 stars plus out of 5. Okay guys, many thanks for tuning in and checking out this week's video. And of course, this was a little introduction to a grape variety which I've never ever tried before, the Blauer Wildbacher, which produces a rosé wine known as the Schilcher in Weststeiermark, Western Styria of Austria. Okay, if you've enjoyed what you've seen and heard, then please do feel free to give us a big thumbs up. Yep, drop us a like. Put a comment down below. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Share the video around to your heart's content. And do remember, I'll be back again next week with another great wine of the week for you. But until we meet again, this is Tony Melville signing off and saying, hey, take care out there. Be good to each other. Enjoy your wines. And cheers.